I wanted to profile a deck that I've been using a lot recently here in Japan. It's been very successful. Has a lot of search, a lot of support, OTK, ability out of nowhere, and that deck would be Chronomaly's. With the addition of Nebra Disk, the deck has become really consistent. They have a searcher, they have this card is able to bring itself out of the graveyard for no cost, just making sure that you only have Chronomaly monsters face up on the board. Anyway, I'm going to go through a couple strategies, combos, and other things, but let's get to the deck. First off, you're going to start with your 3 Nebra Disks. Basically, it's a Stratos of the deck. It's an 18 beater. You can search any card, Magic Trap, or monster. Typically, you're going to be going for Skull, ditching Skull to either get another disc or get a Bones or set up for your other combo pieces. But anyway, he's a beautiful addition to the new deck. Following after that, I'm just going to put these here. After that, 3 Jets. Jet is, I know a lot of people hate on Jet because all he does is level up, but he does allow for the OTK. He also allows for rank 4 plays with Disc, and he allows for rank 5 plays with him and Disc as well, depending on what you need. So I really like him. I don't hate on him too much. 3 Bones. He's the guy who brings... he can special himself from the hand, much like Cyber Dragon. If your opponent controls a monster and you don't, you can bring a monster, Chronomaly monster, from your hand or graveyard to the field with his effect, and he doesn't make you waste your normal summon. It's really good. 3 Crystal Skull. You got a Chronomaly on board. You pitch him from your hand. You can search any Chronomaly monster and add it to your hand except himself. So he combos really well with Bones to make Organic Guardian, which is another beautiful addition to the extra deck of this deck. OCG deck. So I run 2 Honest because everything is light. Your extra deck, you have a lot of light options for rank 4 and 5 exceeds. And this card is dumb, so you play 2. I also play 2 Max Cs. The OCG meta is still pretty fast. Dragons, Medolches, yeah, more or less, unless you're playing against something like Boojins. I mean, you side these out, but still a good card at 2. All right, these are my personal techs. Have been playing and testing very well, and I'll explain them. 1 single card D. If you don't open with Disc and you don't open with Potted Duality, the deck can be a little bit slower, and having another card that will just get you to those pieces faster is really nice. And being a machine monster, he's searchable by Geargian X. So late game, if you're wanting to make more advantage when you've got a chance, he's there. Speaking of Geargian X, the last one I have is Swift Scarecrow. Nobody ever expects this in Chronomalys because typically we hit hard. But if our board is gone, we don't run Gores, we don't run Trag, we don't run Battle Fader, we don't run stuff like that. So Swift Scarecrow, again, being a machine, is searchable, and I find if I'm also running slow, again, this helps me stay alive until I get my pieces. So really good. That's it for the monsters. All right, let's get into the spell cards. Monster Reborn, because it's still legal here in OCG. Dark Hole, again, this deck can be slow to start, and so if you need to wipe the board before you get your plays off, this card is really good. Book of Moon, just a really good card, stops everything. I don't need to really explain it. Back Row Hate, max out on Mystical Space Typhoons. You want your plays to go through. If you get Chain on your Nebra Disk, it really sucks, so if you can chain your Mystical to get rid of it, you can get your effect off. Triple Potted Duality. Some people like 2. I personally like 3. When I want my Disc, I want to get my Disc. It's pretty much the backbone to this deck. You don't need it, but I mean, it just sets up so much for the deck, so you want to get to it as quick as possible. I run 1 single eye tablet. Now, the reason being for this is when you're putting Chronomaly monsters on the board, yes, it gives them 800 attack, but typically, outside of Nebra Disk, I mean, your other guys, yeah, they go to 2k, but whatever. That doesn't really matter. What really matters is the fact that in a pinch, you can search this card, you can play it with Nebra Disk, and he goes to 26. He can get rid of most problematic cards at 2600. It's also really good for Mystical Bait to draw out Mysticals from your opponent. I mean, it's a little bit try hard or win harder when you've got the OTK, so you don't want to draw these, which is why I only play the 1. You need it when you need it, much like you would need like a lance play. And the last one, I play a single copy of Babylon, which again, you're only really wanting to play one because it gives you the option to go for the exceed. If you have a lot of stuff in the graveyard, you get a disc, you summon this, you banish a disc, you bring back Shuttle or Golden Jet, and you're able to exceed for rank 4 or rank 5 if you want. Only like playing one because again, it can be a dead draw. If you have one on board and you draw one, you got a dead card. So just the one. That's it for spells. There's 11 of them. Last will be the traps. It plays quite a bit of back row, and what I really love about it is you do have a lot of leeway. You can choose a lot of cards specific to what you feel your playstyle best likes. So I like back row decks a little bit more too. Solemn Judgment, because it's still legal here in OCG. Solemn Warning, so the duo. Triple Demon Chain, Phoenix Chain. We don't run effect failures in the main board, so this helps. Gorgonic Guardian teamed with this, and of course, being able to access Pleiades, which can bounce this back to your hand, just makes this card even better than it already is. Double Bottomless Trapple, because we're at 2. Double Compulse, just still really, really good card. And my 2 personal attacks. One single copy of Black Horn of Heaven. Typically players don't expect this coming, and playing the one makes them a little bit wary that others will come in the future. So it helps them kind of throw off some balance. And the last card, some people might disagree, suggest something else, but this has been playtesting very, very well for me. Huge Revolution is over. I'll explain why. There are a large number of cards that remove multiple cards on the field with their effects. Not only do we have Judgment Dragon at 3 with, as you can see, the Lightsworn deck out. A lot of people are playing Lightsworn. It's becoming very, very strong. Exciton Knight is a thing. Heavy Storm is still legal. Dark Hole is still legal. There's so many cards that pluck multiple cards, and this also, unlike Starlight Road, will banish the target. It's not negatable by Solemn Warning, and it's a counter trap, so it's harder to stop. It also, if you didn't notice the difference between this and Starlight Road, is that if somebody has played, say, Dark Hole, and you had one monster on board and they had a weaker monster on board, they really needed the Dark Hole to get, I don't know, a direct attack in or something else, you can use this card because it's 2 cards on the field. It doesn't have to be, they don't have to be your cards specifically. But it's been playtesting fantastic, especially since this plays a lot of back row. This helps you stay alive. That's it for the traps. There's 11 of them as well. 2 Gorgonic Guardian. Effect Veiler that can be activated during the damage step that literally can just, like Medusa, turn something to stone and bust it. You negate the effect, you make it 0 attack, and then once per turn on your turn, you can destroy anything on the field with 0 attack, which is amazing. So 2 of those guys. This is the 3rd one I play, currently Giant Soldier of Steel. I'll say why. You play 3 bones, assuming you only have a bones play into a skull and 3. I want to have 3 rank 3s available. I don't play, what is it, Hyades, the one who's a 19 beater that turns like basically everything to defense mode. Yeah, he's okay, but I mean, he's only 1900. It can't be activated on either player's turn, whereas something like this can. It can become a 3000 blocker. He's immune to all monster effects. And also, you occasionally play Burn. If you drop this guy when your opponent's playing Burn, unless they sack it for a Lava Golem or a Volcanic Queen, you don't take any damage. You take any effect damage. A 3000 blocker that's immune to monsters that makes you immune to burn damage. Pretty good. Okay, for the 4s, Fort Hyuk, he's another OCG exclusive card. You can activate it on either player's turn to make an opponent's monsters attack 0, and he's involved in the OTK. Giragian X, most of the, well, Disk and Jet are both level 4, so you can use this and you can search another Jet, another Disk, your 1 copy of Swift Scarecrow and of Card D. Very, very good. Lots of targets. Omega, if you have a lot of if your opponent has a lot of back row and you really need an attack to go through, you can use Omega. Shark Knight, because Shark Knight is Shark Knight. Exciton Knight, because Exciton Knight is Exciton Knight. Helps you also come back if you start losing advantage as well, if you can get a good play off with that one. Okay, here's a cool one. Regna Zero, number 103, one of the recent releases in Primal Origins. This card is fantastic in this deck. Being a 24 beater is also really, really good. But there are multiple Exceed monsters that can be used in conjunction with this card to get her effect off. Not only if you're playing against cards, decks, Fire Fists, Dark Worlds, anything that generally, Fire Fist that boosts attack ratings to get her draw effect off. You can use her with Gorgonic Guardian. Gorgonic Guardian makes the attack 0, and then after that effect resolves, use this one, bust it, draw a card. It's fantastic. You can use this one with Hook. Hook makes the attack 0, and again, bust it with this card. Just awesome, 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 awesome. I really love this card, New Magician. That's it for the 4s. For the 5s, Makumek, yeah. Yeah. He just makes the OTK possible, and he gets really, really big. Pallades, level 5, bounces a bunch of stuff, really, really good. Okay, Freezedon. Now, Freezedon's not particularly good, but what really is good is full armored, Zero Lancer. You can make this guy, and it's basically a card you have to kill multiple times that comes out at 3,700, and you can detach material to negate all of your opponent's face-up monster effects until the end of the turn, and oh my gosh, just really, really good. M7, because M7 can be laid on Omega and Pallades to get stuff back from the graveyard, which is really, really good in conjunction with like Nebra Disk and Skull and a number of other cards. And the last one, I'm currently playing one Gaia Dragon Thunder Charger, and what I'm thinking is I never ever use this unless somebody pulls out like Dracosac tokens and I punch a token for game. I believe soon I will be swapping this for a second Pallades. The reason being is that when you resurrect, say you draw into a shuttle, you summon you summon Jet, use your Disk's effect from the graveyard, use Jet, boost both of them up to 5, overlay Pallades. Now Pallades currently on board is at 2,500, but because of Nebra Disk's effect, you can't use its effect that turn. What you can do is then when it's your opponent's turn, Disk's effect is worn off, allowing you to use Pallades on your opponent's turn. So people that are playing cards like Volcasaurus can't use its effect. Yeah, you can overlay to Gaia Charger, but wouldn't you like overlaying for an M7? It's bigger, and then you can use its effect next turn, whereas Charger is just a piercer. You can also use Pallades on your opponent's turn. So if your opponent makes an Exceed play, a Synchro play, you can get it off the board, and that's much better. So I believe I'm going to be going to 2 Pallades. All right, so I wanted to display my new Chronomaly deck that I've been playing with for a very long time now and testing out. This has been incredibly successful against anything in the meta, more or less. Mermails is a little bit of can be a problem. However, side deck is really, really strong. We still have access to up to 3 Soul Drains. We want Macrocosmos and a number of other really dirty cards. So side decking into them is not very hard. So, but anyway, a very, very strong deck, and TCG players, look forward to Nebra Disk. That's all I'm gonna say. Look forward to Nebra Disk. Card is awesome.